ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थे सुभिज्यस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजता दधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। We are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 12, verse number 25. So we read that Aghasura came to Braj and took the form of a big python to take revenge for his brother and sister. And the cowherd boys, they thought this is a mountain who looks like a python. And they went inside. And when they went inside, they were clapping. So the calves thought that they are calling them. So they also went in. So this is what we read. So he says, somebody is saying something? इत्थं मिथो तथ्यमतज्जगभासितं श्रुत्वा विचिन्त्येत्यं मृषायते। रक्षो विदित्वाखिलभूतहृतस्थितः स्वानां निरोद्धुं भगवान् मनोदधे. So In this way, itham mitho atatya mata atatyam atasgya bhasitam. So in this way they were talking with each other, not knowing the truth. And shrutva vichintya iti amrisha mrishayate. So Krishna, he heard this, so that means he was not too far away. And he thought that they are amrisha mrishayate. Means what is real, they are thinking that to be false. So generally we think of rope as a snake. Here they are thinking of snake as a rope. So this is the amrisha mrishayate. So sometimes the illusion is in the opposite. So raksho viditva akhila bhuta hritastita. So Krishna, who is situated in the heart of all living beings, he understood that he is a Rakshasa, and Swanam Nirodhum Bhagavan Manodadhe. So he decided to stop his friends. So he was thinking, but before he could say anything, they were already inside. So sometimes certain things happen. That means even God cannot stop. You say that He is the supreme controller. It's not here, not in Vrindavan, only outside. So he could not stop them, although he wanted. He decided to stop. Manodadhe means that he thought so, but he was unable to, as you will read it. So mithaha parasparam atajjyanam bhashitam tathyam ayathartham shrutva. So when the cowherd boys, they were speaking among themselves, and Krishna understood that they do not know what is the reality. So yathartham shrutva amrisha satyameva sarptundam. So knowing that this is actually a snake and not that it only looks like a snake. So hanta esham mrishayate naidam sarptundam kintu vrindavana shri. And said, alas, alas, they are thinking that this is not a python, but this is the beauty of Vrindavan. So iti pratitir bhavati iti vichintya. So he thought like this. Kinchana kevalam sarpo api kintu aganamakam raksha iti viditva. And not only that he is a snake, but he is actually a Rakshasa in the form of a snake. So he is more dangerous than a snake. Snake will bite one person, and if he is a python, he will just get one or two calves and eat. And this is an Aghasura, he came to swallow everybody. So kutaha akhila bhuta hridistita paramatmatvena sarvajyatvat. So how is that Krishna was able to know and they did not know this? So this is because he is akhila bhuta hritastita. He is situated in the heart of all beings. He is Paramatma, and therefore he is omniscient. Swanam swanstan nirodhum varetum manodade. So Swanam nirodhum Bhagavan manodade. Here Sashti Bhakti is in the first sense of Dutiya. So Dutiya Artha Shashti, many times you will see this. Many times sixth case is used, and actually it is only the second which should have been used. Because nirodhum, swan nirodhum, to stop them, but instead the swanam, like you speak in Hindi, अपने लोगों को. So तावत् प्रविष्ट त्वत् सुरोदरांतरम परम न गीर्णा शिशव सवत्सः Pratikshamanen bakari veshanam hatasvakanta smaranena rakshasa. But then what happened that tavat pravishta tu asura udarantaram. So before, when he was thinking, when Krishna was thinking like this, in the meantime, they already entered inside and went into the belly or inside the mouth. Udarantar means inside. But the snake did not swallow them. Generally, put food in your mouth, give some green grass to the cow. The cow is not going to wait, right? Or give something to the monkey, he'll immediately start eating it. So this was a very patient one. So he did not swallow them. He waited. So he says, Na girna shishva savatsa. So the children as well as the calves, they were all inside his mouth. And still he did not. So why? Because he was not a snake. He was a Rakshasa. So pratikshamanena bakari veshanam. So he was waiting for Bakari to enter inside, the killer of his brother. That when he comes inside, then I will make the oblation. I will do the Telanjali. Remember he said Telapa. That I will give oblations to my brother and sister. So Hata Swaka Antas Maranena Rakshasa. So Rakshasa means this Rakshasa. He waited because he remembered the death of his own brother and sister. Therefore he did not act immediately. Because he did not come just to eat them. He came to take revenge. He actually came to kill Krishna. So therefore he is fixed on his goal. He is not deviating. People sometimes come to do something, they start doing something else. So Rakshasa, he should take lesson from him. He wants to get Krishna. Right? People want Krishna and they get engaged in something else, they forget Krishna. So he did not forget. Even though he got the cows, he got calves and he got Krishna's friends. He says, no, I only want Krishna. So he is completely dedicated bhakta.
One-pointed.
Yes. So he is fixed. So one has to be like that. So yavan manodadhe tavat asurasya udara madhyam pravishta.
What is the meaning of param in this verse?
What param? Param, you know parantu? Kintu parantu?
तावत्
But like in of course.
प्रविष्टा तु असुर उदर अंतरम परम न जीर्ण. परम means परंतु.
परंतु जानता है नहीं? मतलब परम और तू हुआ. What is parantu is nothing but param plus tu.
Okay. Okay.
But he did not eat.
Okay. And how is this word rakshasa used? Rakshasa is tritiya.
The
Of
word is
Rakshas.
rakshas.
Okay.
Sakaranta.
So rakshasa smaranena
Na girna.
na girna.
Rakshasa na girna. They were not eaten by him.
Okay.
So yavan manodadhe tavat asurasya udar madhyam pravishta. So before he could think of a plan how to protect them or how to stop them actually, they already entered inside. So they were faster than his mind. So they are also his friends, so they also know. So they already said, we are not afraid. When Krishna is there, what is the fear? They had full faith. So kintu na girna rakshasa na gilita. But they were not swallowed by the rakshasa. Jirna iti pathe api saevartha. In some places instead of girna, there is reading as jirna. So gri nigarne dhatu, gri means to swallow and jri means to digest. Jirna. Something becomes old, we call that also jirna, because it's finished, digested. The word jara comes from this dhatu only. When you become old means you are digested. All life you are digesting, now you are getting digested. That's why food in Sanskrit is called annam. Anna means which you digest, it also means that which digests you. Attiti anna madhyata iti. So when you are young you digest food, when you are old food is digesting you. And one day it will finish you.
There is a famous verse of Bhakti Hari, Vayam na jata. Very beautiful verse.
Bhoga na bhukta vayam eva bhukta. We did not enjoy the enjoyments in the process, we got enjoyed. Bhogana bhukta vayam eva bhukta. So therefore he says it is the same meaning, because Sridhar Swami reads it as jirna instead of girna. So kidrushena hatau swakau baki bakau. So what type of Rakshasa is this? Who was remembering that Hata Swaka Anta Smarnena. Who remembered that his own people, means his brother and sister Baki and Baka, Putana and Bakasura, Antara Antah Karnena Smarti. So he is remembering them in his heart. Means he has the fire to take revenge inside. So this is what happens in material life, that we forget so many things, but if somebody insults us, then we are fixed to take revenge. So that is what he is showing, that he remembered. Ateva bakarehe krishnasya pravesham pratikshamanena. And therefore he was waiting for Krishna to enter. So he is very fortunate, because people cannot get Krishna in their mind. Yogis meditate for a long time, still Krishna does not appear in their mind. Here he is waiting for Krishna to enter into his mouth. It's amazing. So now this doubt is raised, that Krishna is called Satyakam, Satya Sankalpa, right? Aptakam. So he is called Satya Sankalpa. Sankalpa means resolve, that you resolve to do something. Then his resolve always comes true. So therefore his name is Satya Sankalpa. So if he thought of protecting them or stopping them, Swanam Nirodhum Manodadhena, then how is that he was not able to do it? Then how can you say that he is Satya Sankalpa? So this is a deviation in his characteristic of being Satya Sankalpa, right? So this is a flaw. So when there is application somewhere else, then this is Ativyapti. So this is Ativyapti dosh in his quality of being Satya Sankalpa. So you should say that Praya Satya Sankalpa, more or less Satya Sankalpa, not 100%, mostly. Because here he is not. So how to understand this? So he says that Asman kimatra Satya Sankalpata Vyabhicharti. So there is a Vyabhichar means deviation. So it has to be explained. Iti sma itya ashankniya. So this doubt is raised. So it says na ashankniya. One should not doubt like that. Why? Asman kimatra grasita nivishtanayam tatha ched bhakvad vinakshati iti tadbhakta sankalpasya api atra vartmanatvat. So there is a clash of sankalpa. So Krishna's sankalpa was that I want to stop them from entering into the mouth of this Aghasura. And their sankalpa was that we will go inside. What can he do? And if he does something, Krishna will protect us. Right? So that is says, Asman kimatra grasita, is he going to swallow us? Nivishtan, if we enter inside? Means no. I am tatha ched, and if he does that, then Bhakvad vinakshati, he will be destroyed just like Bakasura. So this was their sankalpa. So now when there is a clash of sankalpas, both cannot be fulfilled. One has to take precedence. That's why in the material world people have desire to do something. So you want to achieve something, but somebody else also wants the same place, same position, same job. So one who is better gets it, or one who has approach sometimes. Or the one who is interviewing gets impressed, even though you may be more qualified, but he got impressed by someone else. So there is a competition. So now when there is a competition between Bhagwan and Bhakta, then who will win? So Bhagwan loses. That's the meaning. So he says, Tad bhakta sankalpasyapi atra vartamanatvat. So mad sankalpa mad bhakta sankalpayor madhye mad bhakta sankalpasyeva gariyastvam iti. So Krishna said that my sankalpa and my devotee's sankalpa, they are at loggerheads. So therefore here my devotee's sankalpa wins. Why? Because he says, Bhakta Vashyatena, I am under the control of my devotee, Aham Bhakta Paradina. So Vashikuruvanti Mam Bhaktya Satpatim Satstriyastata. So Tadanya na jananti, Madanyat na jananti, Naham Tebhyo managati. So in so many ways he says that I am under the control of my devotee. It's not that he says like that. Like here in the material world we say, I am your servant. Right? And then we have to serve him. So he is actually controlled by his devotee. So this is the reason that his own sankalpa took a second place. And devotee's sankalpa was fulfilled. So therefore he says, Bhakta Vashyena Bhagavata eva prak kritaya maryadaya. So this maryada, this principle has been established by Bhagavan himself. He himself has said this, that I am under the control of my devotees, aham bhakta paradhina. So if I am under their control, then they take the first place. So that's what is being described here. Tatha lila shaktescha sarvopmardinya sarvada jagrukatvat. So now who decided this? Was there some kind of like meeting done that okay, you have your sankalpa, we have our sankalpa, so I give up my sankalpa, your wish be done. Right? Let thy wish be done. And Jesus Christ said that on the cross. So he said, why this is happening to me? Then he said, let thy wish be done. So was there a meeting like this, anything? Who decided it? So he says, no, this is Leela Shakti. So Leela Shakti of Krishna, she knows and therefore she takes precedence over everything and she makes things happen. So Sarva Upmardinya Sarvada Jagrukatvat. So Leela Shakti never sleeps. She is always attentive. Sometimes Krishna may be in a different mood and may act the way he is not supposed to, but then Leela Shakti comes and interferes and does the things the way they should be done. So therefore Leela Shakti arranged like this. And thus he says that he was not able to stop them. Tavat pravishta. So before he could stop them, they already entered into his mouth.
Meaning of Sarva Upamardanya?
Mardan, you know, Mardan means
Muscle.
yeah, smash.
So
Massage is also called Mardan because you get smashed.
So how does the meaning fit here? Leela Shakti Sarva Upamardanya
Means it takes precedence over everything. Means it does what should be done. It took precedence over Krishna's will also.
Okay.
So because both sankalpas are there, so whose sankalpa will take precedence?
Okay.
So by Maryada, it's not that Krishna decided, well, they have done sankalpa and this is my sankalpa, their sankalpa should. He did not decide like that. It is Leela Shakti. No. So Leela Shakti took over Krishna's will.
Okay.
That is the meaning of Sarvapamardana.
Haji Maharaj,
Yes.
I had one question for Haji Maharaj on this. Can I be heard?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't see you.
My video is also on, I don't know why.
Yeah.
So, basically, my question was that Gopal's sankalpa was to enter, and actually Krishna's sankalpa was not to let them enter, but then this Gopal's sankalpa was in a way to get hurt, in the sense उनको भी नुकसान होने वाला था. So how Leela Shakti is मतलब how the devotee is lost, मतलब in the sense can take place instead of like how then his sankalpa was not taken precedence Krishna because he wanted to protect, but they wanted to get destroyed.
Yeah, but Leela Shakti also knows that this Aghasura has to be killed. You are only just seeing one step. This Aghasura also has to be liberated or not? Or you don't want that?
No, actually, so my only point was that in case like a bhakta decides which is not.
So he is going to protect. He is going to protect them. There is no harm which came to them. He protected them, right? So they got protected, about which you are worried, and at the same time their sankalpa took precedence. So both things happened, and Aghasura was also killed. Okay. So next sloka. Yeah.
Does he say that it's a general principle that always the
Yeah.
bhaktas sankalpa takes precedence?
Yeah.
How's that? Because, I mean, my question is that usually we are encouraged to think that
That was how he got bound by Yashoda. He didn't want to be bound.
aha, so okay, so then this discussion is valid for Krishna and his associates and not for Krishna and people like me.
Yes, obviously.
Okay, because I'm encouraged to think that if something does not go
No, don't think
along
like
my sankalpa, then Krishna knows better than me, right?
Yeah, better to think like this. No, this is his associates or people of that caliber, not like us. So tanviksha Krishna sakala bhaya prado hinanyanaathan swakarādavachyutan dīnasya mrityor jaఠrāgnighasan घृणार्दितो दिष्टकृतेन vismitaha. So Krishna, he saw this thing happening right in front of his eyes. So Krishna, Sakala Abhaya Prada, one who gives freedom from fear to everyone, he saw these children entering, and he saw that Ananya Nathan, that they did not have anyone else as their protector except him. So this is Ananya Bhakti, that when we depend on Krishna like this, then he will protect. So that is the meaning of Ananya Natha. That Ananya means Nanya iti Ananya. No one else is their Natha, their protector, their master, except him. So Swakarad Apachyutan, there are different reading, Apachyutan or Avachyutan. So it is as if they have fallen off from his hand into the mouth of Aghasura. Means they were right with him and he could not control them, he could not hold them back, and they entered inside. So Dīnāscha Mrityor Jaఠrāgni Ghasan. So these pitiable children, they entered into the mouth of Aghasura, which is death personified. So Mrityor, and they were like dry grass inside the fire, because they will be digested in the fire of the python. So Jaఠrāgni, that fire of digestion, will digest them just like grass is burnt by the fire. So therefore he became very compassionate on them. So Ghranardito Dishta Kritena Vismita. And he was surprised also. So here Krishna is also relishing the emotions of compassion and also wonder that how is that this Dishta is generally used for fortune or karma, that it is so powerful that I could not save them. So he was surprised.
What is the meaning of Grina Ardita?
Ardita is same as Mardita.
And Grina?
Grina is Kripa.
Grina means Kripa.
Add this to your dictionary. Generally we know of Grina means hatred, right? Grina also means Kripa. So he was like steeped in compassion for them. Grina Ardita. Or compassion took over him. Swaswakaradiva Mahamaniniva Apachyutan. So it is just like you have great gem on the palm of your hand and it slips off into a well. So it went off. The children were like that. Mrityor Aghasurasya Jaఠrāgnav. So the Jaఠrāgni, the fire of digestion of Aghasura, is compared here just like the fire which burns the grass. So Ghasan Trinvat Patanon Mukhan Viksha. So these children, they fell inside as if grass is falling into the fire. So Ghranaya Kripaya Ardita Pidita. So therefore he was full of compassion for them. So now the word which is used here is dishta kritena. So this is of course problematic word because they do not have any karma. There is no karma which is applicable to the cowherd boy. So therefore how the word dishta has to be used here, so he gives a different meaning. So it says dishta kritena lila shakti anukula kala kritena. So the word dishta also has another meaning which is kala, time. Means it was the power of the time. Just like you say that everything is controlled by time. Kaleti sarvam kala. Kala. So it was appropriate time for them to enter inside because Leela Shakti of Krishna wanted it like that. So that is the meaning of Dishta Kriten. That this is by the influence of time which is acting as per the wish of Leela Shakti. That's how it has to be taken. So tat pravesha karmana vishmita. And therefore Krishna was very surprised to see this. That how is that these boys have entered inside. So kalo dishto api aneha api iti amara. According to Amarkos, the word kala also has meaning as dishta and aneha in action.
Yes, Babaji, I have a question related to the lila, because it seems that exist like three powers involved in lila. One is Bhakta, the other is Krishna, and the other is Lila Shakti. So exists an order. So the first thing is the Sankalpa of the Bhakta, which is always first than Krishna Sankalpa. Then, because the Sankalpa was, we want to enter, in case that he acts, Krishna will protect. So then the next part is the Lila Shakti, which let them enter and use time and other things for liberate Bakasura, which also have to happen. And then Krishna Sankalpa enter in the process and protect them. I mean, in the final part. In Lila is always like that. Always Bhakta goes, so then Lila interacts, so then Krishna, something like that. Or just
Always
in this
like
Lila. Oh, it's always like that in this order when Lila appears, or just in this particular Lila, Bhakta Sankalpa was first, then Lila Shakti enter in the game, and then Krishna Sankalpa.
No, it is not always. It's not that they are always making sankalpa. Just explaining here.
Okay.
So aho na tavadesham prarabdha karma na sambhavati. So he says that for this cowherd boy there is no prarabdha karma. Prarabdha karma is here in the material world. So they are all mukta purushas, nitya siddhas, so there is no prarabdha karma. Nacha tadvinapi atra karmani antaryami pravartiyet. So then one can say that, well, it is not prarabdha karma, it is the antaryami purusha who is arranging, because he is madbhayat vati vatoyam, madbhayat varshati indra. So everything is controlled by the fear of the Paramatma. So he says that is also not there, tasya matsvarupattvena. Because Paramatma is my swarupa, so he cannot act against me. Mat pratikulya anarhatvat. So first of all, Paramatma is my own swarupa, so he is going to do what I want to do, and I wanted to stop them, and then he cannot go against my wish. So therefore, how it happened? So tasmat mat sahacharan api etadrishim duravastham darshayantya mat pratikulye api ashanka manayaha prema purnam mam करुण रसम निमग्नी कर्तु कामाया मदीय लीला शक्तिरेविदम कर्ममयी लीला. So therefore he says that this Leela is enacted by my Leela Shakti, as if it is an act of karma. Why she is doing it like this? Even putting my friends in such a horrible situation, duravastham. So she is doing it so that, and also not bothering that this is not liked by me. I don't want to see my friends. Mat pratikulya api ashankya manaya. She did not bother about that also. So why she is doing it? Because she wants to see that I become drowned in my karuna rasa. So mam karuna rasa nimagni kartu kamaya. Leela Shakti wanted that Krishna becomes fully absorbed in karuna rasa. And how, when he is going to become absorbed? When he sees his friends in such a situation. And therefore she is doing it. Because Krishna is full of prema, prema purnam mam. He is full of love, and because of love he will have karuna for them. So then he is going to protect them. And this is also one of his rasa. He is Rasraj, so he has to enjoy all the rasas. So therefore Leela Shakti is making him relish karuna rasa. And for that reason he says that this is an act which is arranged Madiya Leela Shaktereva idam karmamayi Leela. That this Leela, this act is orchestrated by my Leela Shakti. Purushottame rasmaya murtau tasya eva etavat prabhavishnutvam iti. Because Krishna is Purushottama and he is also Rasmaya Murti, so therefore he has such power, and on him she can exercise. Actually it is tasya eva etavat prabhavishnutvam. It is only she that who can exercise such power even on him who is Purushottama and Rasmaya Murti. Bandhu vichcheda shoka artatve api vishmayena ishata stimito abhut ityartha. So how is that he was surprised to see this, or he was having this vismaya? That is another rasa, vismaya. He should have been in state of grief, because karuna comes when you see the grief, when you see somebody in trouble. So in that situation, how is that he was in vismaya or he vismita? So he says Vishmita here means that he was stunned, that he saw this and he was stunned. Oh my God, what happened? How is this, that these boys have gone inside the mouth? So therefore he says Vishmayena Ishata Stimito Abhutityartha. So therefore there was a Karuna ras and also Vishmaya, and some sort of a shoka of course was there. So this is
Stimit means knowledge.
Stunned.
And Vismay?
Vismay is wonder.
What
Vismit.
is the difference between the two? Stun and wonder.
Stunned means you stop in your tracks. That's a physical thing. Vismay is something which you feel inside.
Abhishek, can you repeat what is
Wonder.
Excuse me?
Wonder. When you get surprised.
And the karuna?
Karuna is compassion.
And Maharaj, would you please repeat the meaning of this? Tasya ev etavat prabhushnuvatvam iti.
Means only Lila Shakti has such power.
To empower me.
No. Has such power to arrange such a thing that even his wish was nullified.
Okay.
And the children went inside.
Okay. Tasya ev etavat prabhush.
So now Krishna is thinking what should be done in this situation. So it says, Kirtyam kimatrasya khalasya jivanam Nevamishancha satam vihinsanam Dvayam katham syaditi samvichintya Gyatva vishattundam ashesha drighari. So Krityam kimatra, what should be done in this situation? And this wicked Aghasura should also be killed. I should protect my friends and kill him. How is it to be done? Neva amisham cha satam vihinsnam. How is that? What is to be done now that this snake should be killed and the children should be protected? So dvayam katham syat. How these two things can be achieved or accomplished? Iti samvinchitya. So thinking like this and knowing what is to be done, he entered inside the mouth. So gyatva avishattundam ashesha drighari. 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 So one who has Ashesh Drik means one who has proper vision, he entered into the mouth of the snake. So atra sankate kim krityam. So generally when some problem comes, people become confused and they do not know what to do. So Dhir Purushas are those who remain fixed. So Dharya Vipadi. This is the characteristic of Mahatmas, great personalities, that when there is a vipat, when there is some trouble, unfavorable situation, they don't lose their dharya, their stability of the mind. They remain stable. They don't become confused. They don't become terrified or don't know what to do. So this is what he is showing, that he is saying, now what shall I do? And you have to take quick action. There is not much time. Because the snake can open, his mouth is open, he can close it any time. Just 1 second. So asya khalasya jivanam na syat. And in what way can I take away the life of this wicked Aghasura? So vai nishchitam, vai means certainly. Amisham vihinsnam na chana syat. And how I can make sure that the children are protected, they are not killed. Dvayam katham syat iti vichintya tatra sahasaiva upayam gyatva tundam avisat. So how am I going to achieve these two things simultaneously? Thinking like this, very quickly he understood or he got the idea. Sahasaiva upaya. So this is called pratyutpannamati, instantaneous intellect. So like there are some poets who are called Ashu Kavi. They make poetry right on the spot. So he has to be like that. Sahasa upayam gyatva tundam avishat. So he entered into the mouth. Yato asheshadrik. Why is that? Because he is asheshadrik. He knows everything. He can see everything. Evam krite sati evam bhavishyati iti bhavi sarvam pashyati. So what is the meaning of asheshadrik here? He knows that if I do this particular action, then this result will come. If I take this action, then this result will come. Like if you know that if I take this road, I will reach that destination. If I take the other road, then I will end up in another place. So that is the meaning of asheshadrik. He sees everything. We can see small things. Many times we don't see what will happen, or we think wrongly, we take some action hoping to get a particular result, but then it does not come. So that happens so many times. So he is not that. We are Sheshadrik, he is Asheshadrik. Sa svabhakta vipada khal jivan samsarayoscha haranad hari. So he is called here as Hari. So why is called Hari here? So Hari means one who takes away. Right? Hari means one who steals. Hari dhatu. So he is going to take away the problem of his friends and the life of Aghasura. So therefore the word Hari has been used here. So these two things he will take away. He will relieve the children from the difficulty which they have fallen into, and he will pull out the life of Aghasura. So he will do Haran, Jivan Haran and Vipad Haran. Two things. So when he entered inside, then everybody got scared. Because the Devas had come in the sky. Devas live in the sky, right? When you go on the flight, you can see them. They're hanging somewhere there. No, previously when there were no planes, they used to live. Now they don't live in the sky because so many planes are flying. So they also left. Previously Devas used to come here on earth. After the flight started, they stopped. Because they can have an accident. Because these flights don't see them. So there will be big accidents. They don't come anymore. So, but olden days they will come. That's why it says, Tada ghanachada deva bhayad ha heti chakrushu jarshu ye chakam sadhya kaunapastava ghavandhava. So they were just hiding behind the clouds. Right? Plane goes above the clouds. So they were coming very close to earth in the olden days. Because if you are that high, you cannot see. So they were quite close. They were seeing what is happening. They wanted to see how Krishna is going to kill Aghasura. They were also scared, so they did not come very close. So therefore, tada ghanachada, that these devas which are hiding behind the clouds, right? You watch the fun, but remain behind. So bhayad haheti chakrushu. So now they became very terrified. He says, oh my God. He said ha ha. So ha ha in Sanskrit is different and in English it is different. In English ha ha when you write means you are laughing. Here when you say ha ha means alas, alas. So they all cried ha ha. There are some kind of devas who are called ha-has also. Remember in the Harinama Virtuvaram? Ha-ha and hu-hu. So that's why they are called ha-ha, because they do ha-ha. And the other ones they say hu-hu. So this is the devas, but the asuras were very happy. they were also hanging around. When Aghasura came to Vrindavan, some of his family members also came to see how he is going to kill Krishna, and then we will celebrate. So they also have power like the Devas. So they were also in the sky, but they were not as high as the clouds, they were below them. So Jahurshu yecha kamsadya. So they went and they informed Krishna. Krishna was getting news directly. Sorry, Kamsa. Just like you watch TV and you have live telecast. So Kamsa was getting live commentary. What is happening? So he became very happy. He said, okay, now Krishna is finished. Of course, he does not know who is Krishna. So he said, Jahurshu yecha kamsadya. So he says that these people headed by Kamsa, they were very happy. They were celebrating. But it was little too early to celebrate. So Kaunapa Stvagha Bandhava. So Kaunapa is another name for Rakshasas. Kaunapa means those who eat dead bodies. Kaunapa. Kaunapa Tri Dhatuke. What is this sloka? This body is compared to a bag made of 3 dhatus, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Right? Yasyatma buddhi kunpe tri dhatuke. So that these people are called Kaunapas. So an Aghabandhava and the relatives of the Aghasura. So they became very happy. But their happiness will not last very long. Very soon they will also say ha ha after some time. Their happiness will change. So Ghanachada Meghantara Antarita. So Ghanachada means hiding behind the clouds. Kansasya Aghasya cha Bhayat. So why they were hiding behind? Because they were fearful of Kamsa and also Aghasura. These demons were very powerful, these Asuras. Devas were scared of them. Haheti Bhagavati Anisht Sankaya. So why Devas were saying ha ha? Because they thought that now what happened? This Krishna is Bhagwan, but he is in trouble now. So how is that they are thinking like this? If they know that he is Bhagwan, he explains that. Devanam Ashwarya Jnane api Bhaktatvat. So although Devas have Ashwarya Jnana about Krishna, means they know that he is God. The Vrajvasis don't know this, but they know. So if they know he is God, why they are worried? Says because they have Ashwarya Jnana, but they are also devotees. And Bhaktatvat, so what if they are devotees? Bhaktescha Prityatmakatvat. If they are devotee means they have some love for him. And what is the characteristic of love? Anishta Sanka. This is one of the characteristic. When you love somebody, then you are always worried something can happen to that person. So Pritascha Vivek Harasvabhavatvat. This love has this characteristic that it takes away your viveka, your sense of discrimination. That's why they say love is blind. Right? You heard this statement, love is blind? What does it mean? That you cannot decide what is right, what is wrong. The parents are saying, no, don't go with this boy. No viveka. So this happens. So it's always there. Love has this characteristic that it blinds you. It puts some kind of wipers in front of your glasses. Becomes fuzzy. So therefore Devas also, they are thinking, oh my God, what will happen now? What will happen now? But Kamsa, he is happy. Kamsadya Jaharshuriti Chardwara Sadveva Varta Jnanat. So there were some messengers. Like these days you have press reporters all over, You watch a TV, then you say, now our press reporter is there in Australia. Please, what is going on here? So then he starts speaking. So Kamsa also had spies. The word chara actually is used for spy, because press reporters are open, but this chara means gupta chara. The word chara actually means gupta. Gupta means hidden. So they move in a hidden manner. Therefore they are called gupta chara, spies. So he was getting the news from them, varta, jnanat. Kaunapa rakshasa. Kaunapas are called, Kaunapa means rakshasa, and Aghasur bhratu putrade. And also there was Aghabandhava, means he had another brother and also has children. So they all came to see how Aghasura will be sacrificed. So this is. So we'll stop here. Next he will describe how Krishna is going to kill Aghasura.
कौणपा मीनिंग राक्षसा मीन्स हियर पा मीन्स जो उसका पान करते हैं, और कुणप इट इज डायरेक्टली कमिंग फ्रॉम कुणप.
Kunapa. It comes from Kunapa.
Kunap means bag. So how Kunapa can mean rakshasa?
So because they are having this bodily consciousness. Kunapasya bhava. Kunapa. भाव में प्रत्यय.
Babaji, Haribol,
Yes.
may I ask you a question?
Yes.
This is Padre. Could you please elaborate a little bit more about the moment in which Krishna was seeing his friends going into the mouth of this demon, and the process that for him to take the decision is that could you please elaborate more about that? That you were saying that he knew to take the decision perfectly, and how can we take this in our day-to-day life? Yeah.
How can you take your day-to-day life? Means when the difficulty comes, don't become full of anxiety. If you have faith in Krishna, if you are a devotee of Krishna, then you should not start panicking and full of stress and anxiety. Otherwise, what is the use of being devotee? So just as he is not losing his sense of sight, he is not that his mind is now full of darkness, cannot decide what to do, took proper decisions. So we should be like that. Should have faith. But when we don't have, then we have all the problems. We may not have vision like him, but at least we should have faith in him. We should know that he knows what is happening. And he is my protector. He is my guide. So I should not be in anxiety. And he is saying also, he is saying Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshashyami. He says, I will relieve you from our troubles. Don't be in grief, don't lament, don't be in anxiety, don't cry, don't lose sleep. He is saying it. So if we trust his word, then there is no problem. Okay. Yes.
One more question I had, in the sense that these asuras like this Kutma, Aghasura and like these asuras, they are assuming any gigantic form and or of a beautiful lady or like that. So they must also have some, if these powers are there in them, they must have also done a lot of austerities or.
Yes, that's why you should learn from them that even these asuras have done a lot of tapasya, and for what? Just to trouble others. So we should be fixed on our path. They are so fixed. Just for what? For suffering. Right? Ultimately they suffer. Yes, asuras are not ordinary people. They used to do a lot of tapasya to get this power. They can control their mind. That's why he's lying there like a python, fixed. Only thing is that they use their power for the wrong cause. That's why they are asura. Okay.